Hey, what's up? Matmon Shimon here, and I'm gonna tell you today why perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. See, we don't think about the breath. Most every day we walk down the street, we lie in our bed, we drive our cars, we don't think about the breath. We don't appreciate the breath. But when you're at the top of the mountain and you're trying to breathe in that thin air, when you're in the ocean and the wave crashes over you and you're getting crushed down and you can't breathe, that's when you appreciate the breath. That perspective of not having the breath is what allows you to appreciate it once you have it. So the breath is the number one thing that the perspective can change so drastically. You're trying to catch your breath, you maybe have asthma. That's such a different experience. It's the same act as if you're walking down the street, breathing, not even conscious, not even thinking about it. What about water? We drink water, we don't think about it. We drink water, beautiful, water, whatever. You don't think about it, you don't appreciate the beauty of the water, the importance of the water, until you're walking in the desert and you got no more water in your bottle. Until you're in a place where you don't have access to the water. That's when you really appreciate it. That's when your perspective has drastically changed. We got air, the breath, water, drinking. We got food. We don't appreciate the food that we have, the abundance that lies all around us in our kitchens, in our pantries, in the supermarkets, on the farms near us, all around. We don't appreciate the bounty because our perspective is always that we're going to have that. But once you're in a place where you don't have any food, maybe you go 24 hours without eating a single bite of food, you start to appreciate the food more. Your perspective changes. And when you're walking down the street and you go maybe one day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days you go without any food. Maybe you just have water and air. 3 days. You look at the food, you have a totally new perspective, a totally new appreciation of that food, of what that nourishing food will bring you. So we have the breath, the air, the water, the liquids, the drinks. And we have the food, the nourishment, the physical, emotional nourishment for this body. The three most important things there is in life for survival and thrival. And we're usually not appreciating them. Our perspective is warped, thinking we'll always have this. What else? What else? Well, we got the clothing, we have the shelter, right? I don't think about it either. None of us really think about it on a daily basis. Our perspective is always that we have shelter, always we're going to have clothes. But you go to a place and maybe you're walking through the wilderness, there is no shelter. You got to build your shelter. Maybe you're in a situation where you don't have a home. Maybe you're homeless. Right then and there, the appreciation for what it would feel like to have shelter. Maybe you don't have clothes, you don't have clean clothes, you don't have holes without clothes without holes in them. Then you can really appreciate how amazing it is to have amazing clothes, have an amazing roof over your head. The appreciation comes with the change in perspective. What about the people all around us? This happens all the time. Our loved ones, our family, our friends, our partners. A lot of the times we don't appreciate them. The worst of all is when we don't appreciate them until they're gone. Maybe they left the physical body and they're not in this world anymore. And we never truly appreciated them because we couldn't see the perspective of our life without them. And then they're gone. Or you have a partner, and the first time you truly appreciated them was when you had the perspective of not being with them. So what we're trying to do with all of these things is to cultivate a new awareness and appreciation for what we do have. Awareness and appreciation and gratitude for all the beautiful gifts that we have in our lives. First of all, it's the breath. There's some people in this world that need an oxygen mask to breathe, that need iron lungs to pump their lungs. But if I could just take a couple moments each day, every now and then, to breathe in and appreciate the breath, especially if I'm outside, and there's trees and I feel the fresh air and a little bit of appreciation, knowing that there could be someone with a perspective. I could be at a certain point in my life when I have a perspective that I don't have this, and appreciating and being grateful for how amazing it is, the air and the water and the liquids and the juices. It's such a beautiful gift to be able to have this. Because I don't fully appreciate that delicious glass of water. The vital, most important thing that fuels our cells is the water. And we don't even appreciate it. So take a moment and just thank you, water. Thank you. And then you drink it. Then the appreciation of water feels appreciated. It's going to appreciate you. It's going to hydrate you. And your mind is going to be in a different perspective than if you're just guzzling down without thinking about it. The food. Food's the same thing. You take the food, just take a moment before you eat it and just breathe. Whew. Wow, so grateful. So appreciative. This is the perspective of the world I'm living in right now, that I have an abundance of food. But I know that not everyone is so blessed. I know that sometimes in my life, maybe I won't have food or I didn't have food. And so just take a moment of appreciation. This is amazing. I have the food. Whew. This is something I don't do that often, but the clothes. I've got so many random clothes, right? And I give a lot of them away, maybe trade them with friends or whatever. But before I put on the clothes, do I think about it? Oh, I'm so appreciative to have clothes. To be able to clothe my body. When I lie down in bed, how many times do I say, I'm appreciative for the shelter, this roof over my head? You see, the perspective can change. I'm working on it every day. The more and more I go to bed and I say, oh, beautiful, appreciative, blessed, grateful to have a shelter over my head, a bed to sleep on, and sheets to stay warm in. Oh, it changes your mindset to one of abundance because you realize how special all this is. And then the people around you. We take a moment. We all need to do this, right? You take a moment. Look, your parent, your son, your daughter, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your good friend, your partner. And you just look at them and appreciate them. Knowing the perspective that someday in this physical body they might not be here. Appreciate them. Feel blessed. Be grateful. And share that with them. They love to hear it. I guarantee you. If you just say, oh, I'm appreciative of you. I'm grateful. I'm blessed that you're here in my life right now. I love you. I care about you. And then you look at yourself in the mirror. You do the same thing. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm blessed. I'm grateful that I'm here right now. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm dedicated. I'm focused. I'm determined. I'm infinite. I'm an infinite being with infinite potential. You look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself these things, it's going to change your perspective. And you're going to appreciate yourself more. You're going to appreciate the people around you more. You're going to appreciate the shelter more. You're going to appreciate the clothes more. You're going to appreciate the food more. You're going to appreciate the water more. And you're going to appreciate the breath more. And you take a little bit of time each and every day, a little bit of time here and there to change your perspective, to become more appreciative, more grateful, and your life will change. I know it. Your life will change because with a change in perspective comes a change in life. It's as simple as that. Peace and love to all you beautiful people out there. Thank you. I'm appreciative of you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I'm blessed by you. Thank you.